in a grand castle, a long time ago, lived a beautiful princess named Snow White. Her skin was as white as snow, her lips as red as blood, and her hair as black as ebony. Her stepmother, the queen, was a woman of great beauty, but her heart was filled with vanity and wickedness. Each day she would consult her magic mirror, asking, "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" The mirror always answered, "You, my queen, are the fairest." But as Snow White grew, so did her beauty, until one day the mirror's answer changed. "My queen, you are fair, it's true, but Snow White is 1,000 times fairer than you." The queen's heart filled with rage and jealousy. She summoned her loyal huntsman and commanded him to take Snow White deep into the forest and put an end to her life, bringing back her heart as proof. The huntsman, however, could not bring himself to harm the innocent princess. He tearfully confessed the queen's plot and urged Snow White to flee and hide. Terrified, Snow White ran deep into the forest. As night fell, she found a small, charming cottage. Hesitantly, she knocked, but there was no answer. The door was unlocked, so she went inside. The cottage was cozy, with a table set for seven little chairs, and 7 little beds, all in a row. Exhausted from her ordeal, she tidied up the messy cottage, ate some of the food, and fell asleep across the tiny beds. Later that evening, the owners of the cottage returned. They were the 7 dwarfs who spent their days mining for gold and jewels. They were astonished to find a beautiful princess sleeping in their home. When Snow White awoke and told them her sad story, the dwarfs felt great pity for her. Their leader, Doc, declared that she could stay with them if she would help keep their house in order. Snow White happily agreed, and a new, peaceful life began for her. But the evil queen soon discovered the truth. Her magic mirror revealed that Snow White was still alive and living with the 7 dwarfs. Furious, the queen decided to take matters into her own hands. Disguised as an old, stooped peddler, she journeyed to the cottage with a poisoned apple, red on one side and white on the other. She offered the glistening apple to Snow White, who, despite the dwarf's warnings about strangers, was tempted by the fruit's beauty. She took one bite from the red, poisoned side and immediately fell to the ground in a deep, death-like slumber. When the dwarfs returned, they found her lifeless on the floor. Grief-stricken and unable to bear the thought of burying her, they built a beautiful coffin of glass and gold and placed her inside, watching over her day and night. For a long time, Snow White lay in the glass coffin, her beauty unfaded. One day, a handsome prince was riding through the forest and came upon the scene. He was instantly enchanted by her beauty and begged the dwarfs to let him take the coffin back to his castle. As his servants lifted the coffin, they stumbled, and the jolt dislodged the piece of poisoned apple from Snow White's throat. Her eyes fluttered open. The spell was broken. Snow White and the prince fell deeply in love. They were soon married in a grand celebration and lived happily ever after, while the wicked queen's vanity led to her own demise.